Alright, so what's up you guys, it's your boy X, and today we are back at it again with another Granblue Fantasy Versus video. Now for today I'm doing a different type of video. I actually wanted to discuss a certain topic, which will be none other than Djeeta as a DLC character. So if you guys been looking around and caught up with all the DLC talk on GBVS as a game, I'm pretty sure you've seen all sorts of opinions fly by over a specific character in the first DLC pass. Now the reason why people are picking out Djeeta from the bunch is because after the reveal trailer where a short clip got shown of her doing some skills, it seems to be nearly exact, if not the exact same to Grun's moveset, which made people more and more vocal about their opinions on Djeeta as a paid DLC character all around. As of now in the game, I think those who have actually played it for a bit now realize how strong Grun is at the moment, which of course caused a lot of people to speak out and how they feel about him altogether. And it kinda puts you in the position of choosing whether you're part of the group that likes him and doesn't really mind him as much, or you're part of that group that despises him and can't stand fighting him at all, and take it to Twitter on talking about how cheap he is. Now this is definitely not just a Granblue Fantasy Versus thing, because all around whenever a fighting game has a good character riding the same lane as Grun does but in their own game respectively, it's bound to have people bandwagon hate on said character. Whether you join that train is of course on your own decision, but regardless there will be some shots fired towards those characters and the people who play them. So with the majority of people already having feelings about Grun as a character either way, this would of course spark a discussion on Djeeta, since she seems to be Grun 2.0 by the looks of it. And today I kinda wanted to talk about that, since I do feel like this is an interesting topic to discuss, and with how much I love Granblue and GBVS altogether, I just wanted to toss my 2 cents into this debate. Now first things first is that I want to say that everyone is of course free to have his or her own opinion, and that should be respected at all times. I just wanted to say that because I know on the internet it can be a wild west at times, so I just wanted to put it out there that opinions are opinions and that's all there is to it. Now for starters, I'd actually like to say that I'm excited for Djeeta as a character, and I'll actually give her a fair bit of time once she drops, mainly because she's cute as hell, and second is that if she does end up being a Grun copy and paste situation, she will actually be really good, which of course is something that you want to hear when you find a character that you're interested in playing. So let's say she is indeed a copycat, and that is exactly what sparked the issue to begin with, because is it really fair for us to receive a clone of a base roster character as paid DLC? And this is where it gets interesting. Now personally I feel like that is indeed a bad move, and I do feel like paying for a clone really should not be a thing for any game at all times. Just because it's a gender bent Grun, that really doesn't justify paying extra money for it. However, I do feel like Djeeta is a character that should be in the game without a doubt. Grun and Djeeta are both the MCs in Granblue's everlasting story, and I know that out of the two, Grun will be the first one to have a spot in the limelight, as we know and we have right now, but that doesn't mean that Djeeta just doesn't exist. In Granblue's main game, Djeeta is definitely not just a character everyone sleeps on, and many prefer having her as a main character over Grun, including myself. And considering how this game seems to really like holding it close to the source material, Djeeta should in my opinion be part of GBVS for that reason alone, because of how prominent she is in the actual Granblue game itself and how much of a staple she is in the original game altogether. Now do I believe that she should get a different moveset from Grun? No, not at all, and I can already tell that people are clicking off this video left and right and writing some comments, but before you do that, let's take a look at the bigger picture here. In the main game, Grun is Djeeta and Djeeta is Grun. It's as simple as that. In the end, both are done shows of your crew in the story, and it's just up to you which one you prefer to play as. And the fact that one can swap between genders without having a difference gameplay wise is a function that is definitely more loved than people might think or realize when discussing it. So to make my point clear, having Djeeta be unique from Grun would just be weird. It doesn't make sense, and it shouldn't be the situation at hand. And honestly, you could argue that her being DLC is nonsense to begin with. Personally, I would have preferred if she was already in the base roster more than anything, and I get that that would have made the roster a bit less unique in terms of characters and what they do, but making it a DLC pass character is a weirder choice to me than having 2 of the same characters in the base roster in this specific situation. I think there were 2 ways out on this situation that could have solved these issues that people are having with the idea of Djeeta being a paid DLC character right now, and those are the following. 1. They could have given Djeeta a different class from the class rows from the actual game to give her a different playstyle altogether. 2. They could have made her RPG unlockable instead of Beelzebub. Now especially that second point of Bubs being free and Djeeta being paid DLC is really confusing to me, because it will give people the option to unlock gender bent Grun if they really felt like it by playing some RPG, or just get her early as part of the season 1 DLC deal. I feel like paying for Bubs is way more logical in this case, and yes, it will be a bit bland to unlock a character that's already in game playing with a different skin throughout the RPG, but at least it wouldn't have created the situation that it did right now. I think people all around would have been way more at ease with the fact that they will be paying for Bubs and for Djeeta, considering he's unique to the rest of the cast. I think this specifically is the best solution I could toss up on this whole Djeeta debate, and I think this also makes the most sense compared to anything else. If we had given Djeeta one of the classes to change her gameplay, I guess that can be a bit confusing to those who weren't aware of what classes are in the main game. Classes are a really big deal in the main game, and some, if not most, have a really nice art to go along with it, so that alone could have made Djeeta a lot more interesting and justifiable to be as a paid DLC character mid-season pass. Because you could give her a different weapon and a whole different set of moves and a cool outfit all in one go, which would definitely not give the feeling that she is just a copy and paste like she is right now. Now you also have people argue the fact that she could be a skin, but that really doesn't do much either, because making a skin in GBVS is the same as making a new DLC character from scratch, considering they do need to animate everything again and every little hairpiece and whatever needs to be done over. It would just land us in the same position as we are right now. Maybe that could have been an option at the start before the game launched itself, but considering that's not how it went, I think the point of making her a skin is already out of this discussion. All around, I'm not against Djeeta at all, and I do hope that she will be a character worth playing and just all around is fun to play as, but they definitely could have handled this situation a bit better altogether. Now what I'd really like to know is how you guys feel toward Djeeta being a DLC character. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree, or if you have a different stance on it altogether. Let me know what you guys think. And if you guys are interested in more Granblue content altogether, may that be Granblue Fantasy Versus, Granblue Relink, or the main game, then make sure to stick around on the channel and feel free to sub as you go, because I will keep you guys updated as quick as I can with all the news regarding Granblue. So that was it for today, guys. It was your boys Alex. I'm signing out for today. Stay happy, stay blessed, and I'm out. Peace.